Good morning, family. This is Miss Lake. I'm sending a quick video to you so that you can see my face and my tone. Sometimes messages don't always come across clearly. Tone isn't always communicated in love, which is what I have for all of you and for all of your babies. Doesn't always get conveyed correctly as well. That said, I've gotten a couple of messages from folks who aren't sure that they're going to be able to make the mandatory workshop on Saturday. It is mandatory. Mandatory. Okay, so now that I'm done saying that all mean and ugly and it sounds that way, I want to provide you with some context. So at Revision, we want to make sure that folks who are participating in ministry aren't doing so just for fun, right? But that we approach this with the right mindset, but also with a certain level of skill, right? And that's a skill that can be grown, right? Which is the point of the workshops, to make sure that your children are getting the skills that they need. It's also why we do warm-ups at the beginning of our rehearsals when we practice. And the point of the corporate practice isn't just for training. So for starters, I am not a classically trained musician. I do teach music, but I've not been trained in vocal pedagogy, which is the art of teaching vocal performance. But the person who's leading our workshop is someone who is. We're blessed that Revision has a member that has been trained as a professional vocal coach, and she is going to be the one that's providing that training. I will also be present at that training learning, and so we'll be learning together. And that matters for a couple of different reasons. One, vocal ensembles that practice together and learn together develop a more natural blend. They get more comfortable singing together, singing in parts together. Their vibratos have a tendency to sync over time, and so learning together is important. But also, my goal is to be able to reference the things that we learn in that corporate workshop when we come back together in our own rehearsal space and our vocal coach, our professionally trained vocal coach, is not available to us. It is going to be difficult to convey those concepts the way that the professional did when she's not there. And what I don't want is for your children to show up to rehearsal and be missing that information, not have a great understanding of what we covered, and quite frankly, to feel a little bit left out. All of that said, please, 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 please do your best to be at the workshop on Saturday. It's from 2 to 3. It is specifically designed so that it is happening at the same time as choir practice, so that there is no additional commitment from you. I would like to believe that because you signed up for choir and you know when choir is, that time is already kind of blocked off on your schedule for first and third Sabbaths, right? And we want to introduce a concept of consistency. We want to teach our children that if they commit to something, that they're showing up, right? They're showing up during the time that they're supposed to. We had a lot of missed absences over the summer, which I understood because choir had just started and vacation planning and all of the things. But we do want to be as consistent as possible so that our kids can continue to grow in this skill and be able to come to ministry with an air of excellence. One of my favorite verses in the Bible says, "Play skillfully and with a loud noise." And I love it. It's referring to the tribe of Levi, and it's talking about how having skill is just as important as the passion that's behind our praise and our worship. And so I want to make sure that our kids are able to do that. All of that said, I need to see you tomorrow. Now, I'm a parent. My son is in a million things, and so I completely understand how difficult it can be to juggle all of that scheduling. But pretty please do your best. I'm doing it. I need you to do it as well. Please do not plan activities for during time when choir would be happening. If your schedule is so packed that choir is not a realistic commitment for you, I completely understand. If your child needs to take a break from choir during soccer season, I'm using that because it's soccer season for us right now. If your child needs to take a break from choir during soccer season, or because dance recital is coming up, or because this is basketball season and you have a cheerleader, all of that is totally fine. Let me know. But what I would prefer is for them to take that break from choir until they're able to commit regularly and then come back and rejoin us. And I'm still going to love them, and I'm still going to, you know, hug them when I see them in church. And I'm still going to love you, and I'm still going to hug you when I see you in church. But we want to make sure that we're taking our commitment to choir seriously. Okay? Those are all my things. See you tomorrow.